with one of the other heathens. There is no escape from what you are. Without the voice, there is no escape from that small world inside your skull. Live your life alone in a fleshly prison then. To hear the voice is salvation. You are an atom before the deluge. Fate is not your friend. You are offered a gift, and you spurned it. You will never be offered it again. Done, fool? You tried to destroy us? You think you can escape with one of the other heathens? There is no escape from what you are. Without the voice, there is no escape from that small world inside your skull. Live your life alone in a fleshly prison then. To hear the voice is sound. You are offered a gift, and you spurned it. You will never be offered it again. If you will not be with the voice, you will only feed the soil. And that is all that awaits you.
You're here. What the devil did you do over at the plant? You've ruined everything. I warned you that the quarantine must be left intact. It matters a great deal to me. Oberon was my life's work. But I don't suppose there's any use in crying over spilt milk now, is there? At least, with the sample you've retrieved, some of it survives. Now, give me that sample, and we can leave. Splendid. Indeed, let us be gone. This way, quickly. There's plenty of research for us to be getting on with.
You freed Diane Garrow from the protocol and even agreed to fetch a sample of the very living heart of Oberon. Dr. Garrow seems very pleased with that sample. One hopes she remembers her part of the bargain. You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon is dead, and the Windscale plant is destroyed. The interference field should rapidly fade now, and perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here. So ends the quarantine.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep. So sit thee down and hear me tell of the woods that's
still alive. I'd like to imagine it's you listening to this. Not some gruesome thingy. The interference field is fading. There's an extraction on the way, and I've gone to meet it. I'm including the coordinates in this transmission. Come and find me, and we can finally get out of this awful, awful place. Oh, and don't forget the Oberon sample.
being. We don't. Go or die.
There's someone over there!
Your intention.
Oh, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? You're here. You've performed a great service. Top hole. My people will be ever so grateful, believe me. Now, where's the sample? Once that's safely stowed, we can go. Oh, good heavens. Does it matter at this juncture? Why should you even care? I'm your way out. And believe you me, we need to leave quickly. Agra. Well now, aren't you the smart one? Yes, that's my code name, sort of thingy. I suppose you might call me a fellow traveller. I've worked so hard to get the secrets of Oberon out of the zone, because we simply can't let them be buried here. You know, outside the walls, they're talking about MAD. Mutually assured destruction. Each side with enough bombs to ensure nobody dares use them. In the wrong hands, Oberon could destroy the planet. That's why it needs to be in everyone's hands, so no one can use it. It's as simple as that. Anyway, enough talking. The sample? Excellent. Now let's get out of here. Sorry about that, but you'll live. My friends just want a little chat first. Well, more like a debrief, really. Actually, it's probably more like an interrogation.
You chose to trust Joyce Tanner and to help her. You kept your side of the bargain. You took a sample of Oberon and gave it to her. No small task. Now she has summoned a mysterious friend. Whoever they are, you can all escape together, I'm sure. You led quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon is dead, and the Windscale plant is destroyed. The interference field should rapidly fade now, and perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here. So ends the quarantine.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep. So sit thee down.
Attention! Emergency evacuation. Attention all patrols. The interference field is down. Repeat, the interference field is down.
You did it and survived to boot. Splendid work. Thanks to you, we're going home. There's still plenty to deal with here, but that's somebody else's concern now. I promised to get you out, and I shall keep that promise. And in a single bowl, we are free. Ah, splendid work. You'll go into the history books for this, you know. Atomfall couldn't have been fully realized without your help. By the end of next week, there won't be so much as a beetle still alive in the zone. Not a trace of the contamination left. Or anything. Or anybody, in fact. But you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs, eh? Omelette. Something to look forward to. I do love a good omelette. Don't you?
You decided to support Captain Sims and the quarantine protocol. Now the interference field is down. Operation Atomfall can go ahead, cleansing the zone. Cleansing. Sounds so humane, doesn't it? You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon is dead, and the Windscale plant is destroyed. The interference field should rapidly fade now, and perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here. So ends the quarantine.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to some.
Who's out there? Show yourself! Where'd you go? That's out no trouble.
What the devil are you still doing here? You have got to go. It's not safe.
You have done well. Thank you. If I told you, would you believe me? Should you believe me? We are what we do. That is who I am. You are what you have done here. You are done. You may leave. Do not distress yourself. I have never lied to you. And I tell you now, you will not die here. The gas is a necessity. When you awaken, all may become clear. You chose to trust me. A voice on a broken telephone. Perhaps just a voice in your mind. Did you ever consider that? You have learned much and come far. My apologies for the gas, but it was necessary. You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon is dead. And the Windscale plant is destroyed. The interference field should rapidly fade now, and perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here. So ends the quarantine.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep. So sit the
Everything changes. Now you can escape, child. Go to the castle woods, to the pit where the voice speaks. Make your offering, your body for our eternity. Soon, everyone will hear
I'm gonna cut you to
the
pieces.
voice in soil. Making us as one. Better than we could ever have been otherwise. And the voice, it whispers no longer. It calls, it clamors, it commands. When the voice calls so clearly, death means nothing. My dear, you are our miracle. The voice is singing like never before. There is one last leap you must make, and then you will be free. Throw yourself into the pit. I am right behind you, child. Let the soil catch us. Let it set us free.
You listened to the land, heeded the call of the great purpose, and the wisdom of the voice in the soil. And now you are one with the soil and that voice. I shall miss our little chats. You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon grows so much more strongly now. There is rejoicing in Casterfell Woods. Soon all will be as then. Shall the whole earth hear the voice in the soil? Perhaps not.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep.
About time something is. I feel like I'm a detective in an Agatha Christie. Let's have no trouble.
It seems that the protocol soldiers are in a right flap about the interchange. They were chatting about how the whole place lit up like a Christmas tree, which I'm assuming was your doing. You've done more to unlock the secrets of this place than anyone I can remember. But believe me, you still need my help if you want to get out of here. You and I. We can bring an end to the madness that's claimed this place, even escape to the world outside, can you imagine? Bring me news about Dr. Garrow as soon as you can. Of course. I might have known. Thank you. I'll finish my work here and then make my way to her. I'll finish my work on the sample, then make my way to our friend Garrow. I'll meet you in the interchange. I'll finish my work. You can see why I must keep myself hidden away down here. Yes, it's under control, but I'll never be entirely free of it. Thanks to this apparatus, I found a way to inoculate myself, halting the infection before it could fully establish itself. If my colleagues had shown more faith in my line of experimentations, well, we wouldn't be where and what we are now.
Hello, is somebody in here? Good Lord, I can hardly believe it. Alan Holder, alive and kicking.
Are you just gonna stand there? What is it you want?
Well, like that, is it? Very well.
My apologies. I'm very sorry that you had to be here for that. I know what you must be thinking, but Garrow is not innocent in this. She doomed the whole project with her recklessness. And when the chickens came home to roost, she trapped us and saved her own neck. She left us to die as if we were an embarrassment. Witness to the horror created by her hubris. Somebody had to do this, and I'm the last one left. I appreciate your pragmatism. For whatever it's worth, this wasn't purely revenge. Although I admit there was an element of that. Whatever Garrow intended, why ever she came back into the quarantine zone, I guarantee the only one to profit from it would have been her. And to what cost to others we can only guess. We must turn our attention to what lies in front of us. To be back in this place is the last thing I was expecting. It's monumentous. It's a miracle. Now finally we can finish all this. The last step is simple. I have the sample now laced with my toxin. You'll need to find a way to spread it to the source of the growth, into Oberon itself. It must go in at the root to poison the whole organism. Using the poisoned sample is the only way we can be sure of killing Oberon. We have to be sure. Do you understand? We have to be certain. Here, take this sample. Take the poison sample to the Oberon site. Restoring power to the interchange will gain you access to the Windscale plant and Oberon. But once you use the toxic sample, things will get hot out here quickly. We'll need to escape as soon as is humanly possible. If you have anything else to attend within the zone, I suggest you do that before then.
Listen, Athol. You think you can escape with one of the other heathens? There is no escape from what you are. Without the voice, there is no escape from that small world inside your skull. Live your life alone in a fleshly prison then. To hear the voice, you are offered a gift, and you spurned it. You will never be offered it again. If you will not be with the voice, you will only feed the soil. And that is all that awaits you.
Hang on a minute.
Or die.
You have succeeded. You took a risk. Now, Oberon is dying. And you have earned your reward. A way out. Go back to the beginning. Go back to where you awoke.
Your intentions are unclear.
The poison's away. Organism still lingers. I've secured our evacuation route.
Off with you.
We shall leave this place for good.
I owe you every thanks. The country does. Damn it, the world does. The infernal whispering in my mind that has dogged me for 5 years, they're fading into silence. Blissful silence. Do you understand? The toxin is working. Soon the interference field will come down and people will begin to arrive from outside. There may be some awkward questions when that happens. People who haven't lived through what we have might not understand why we did what we did. Come on. We should leave before they arrive. Stay close. There's a secret route out here. With luck, these wretched blue eyes of ours will fade over time. Until then, we'll need to hide where no one can find us. Come on.
You helped Dr. Alan Holder in his plan to create a special toxin to deal with Oberon. It certainly seems to have worked. Now you may leave with Holder, although his plans only ever extended as far as killing Oberon. You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. Oberon is dead. Poisoned by your hand, and the potent toxin developed by Dr. Holder. The interference field should rapidly fade now, and perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here. So ends the quarantine.
The woods are dark and the woods lie deep, and the woods are home to summers don't sleep. So sit thee down and hear me tell of the woods that stand on Casterfell. For the trees stand close, are watered in blood. Stay out of that place, be you blithe, be you good. There's no virtuous errand that ever you should ever need to walk in Casterfell Wood. Madmen and scoundrels go into that place and are never more seen and are gone without grace. They dine at the table of Casterfell Keep, then stand in the ranks of them as don't sleep. For the trees stand close, are watered in blood. Stay out of that place, be you blithe, be you good. There's no virtuous errand that ever you should ever need to walk in Casterfell Wood. So a word to the wise if you fear for your soul. Stay far from the keep in the trees on the knoll. Or you might join the ranks of those wretched men, and you'll never know the pleasure of sleep again. For the trees stand close, are watered in blood. Stay out of that place, be you blithe, be you good. There's no virtuous errand that ever you should.